In this section, we are going to talk about hierarchies. Hierarchy is basically organizing your data at different levels, right? So that your queries will be faster and you can have the drill down and roll up features. What I'm talking about. Let's take an example as the location hierarchy. Meaning like it will start with the state and each country will have multiple states, and these countries, right, each country belongs to one particular region. So you can define a hierarchy like this: level 1, level 2, level 3, so that you can have your data at the state level, but you can roll up and analyze at the region level. So let's name another hierarchy. You have your data at day level. So for this year, how much sales happen, on this quarter, how much sales happen, you can also analyze it, right? This is called a hierarchy. Once you have a hierarchy, you can analyze at the top level, and then further you can narrow down or drill down. That is called drill down. From one level to next level is called drill down. You can see the data at the granular level. So this is what hierarchy is all about. Let's try to understand in Power BI, is there any default hierarchy available, and then we will try to create our own custom hierarchies. So I'm in Power BI now. In Power BI, we are in the same data set that we have used before, right? So as soon as you import it, you can see the date hierarchy here. For each date column, it will have its own hierarchy defined, right? So everywhere, anywhere, if you find any date column, you will find a hierarchy defined. So it is not a performant efficient one if you have a bigger model. That comes later, we will talk about that later. But for time being, you need to understand the default hierarchy will be created for each date column. So what I'm talking about, how we can analyze it, right? Let's try to use the our sales amount, and then we will have our date hierarchy here. So right now the entire hierarchy is shown here, meaning like the detail level. I don't want it. So in order to have it at the higher level, you can have your data at the year level. Now in this year, you have 4 quarters. So I can able to see the 4 quarters data by right click and drill down. So once you drill down, you can see this is for that particular year 2024, and this is my sales for the Q1. In the Q1, what is my sales further? On January, this is my sales, and February, this is my sales. On March, this is my sales as well. So like this, you want to see the data at the higher level. This is called roll up, meaning like you have your data at the day level, because sales can happen at the every day, right? And from that day, you can aggregate to the yearly, right? This is what a hierarchy is all about. I am explaining with the sales, sales date, that is a date as an hierarchy, that is a default hierarchy. Even delivery date or whatever date column it contains, it will be default hierarchy. What about if I need to have my own hierarchy? Let's say for this location, right, store location, I need to create state and country, only these two level, right? How to create one? For that, let's go to modeling and go to your tables, store location, right click on it, and click on any one of the columns. Okay, only if you click on the column, this feature will be available, that is create hierarchy. So click on it, name this one as let's keep it as country hierarchy only. Now by default, whichever column, the top level column you created, that will be created at the very first as the top level. Now I want to move this one as the second level. So just drag and keep on top of that hierarchy name. If you keep it here, it will not appear. So you see there is a rectangle appearing, dotted rectangle. So just keep on top of the hierarchy name. Once you keep this one, the second column will be the second level will be created. Now we have created the hierarchy. Let's go to the reports. Now you can see immediately the hierarchy is appearing. Now the same thing, let's go and this time I want to use a table visual, and then as usual we'll go with the sales amount, and then I will have my hierarchy defined. Now you can see here I have my both the hierarchies defined here, right? In case of table, you don't have the hierarchy defined. That's why I tried with the table. So don't get shocked. Like when you use the hierarchy in a table, you will get all the details. Okay. So let's switch it back to the column chart. Now you can see the real hierarchy here. Okay. Now in India, what are my different countries? In India country, what are my different states? So in this particular data set, we have only Chennai. In UAE also, I hope there will be only one city data. So if you have in UAE you have 2 cities or the state. It depends. Okay, I mentioned as state or city. So usually there will be a state as one level and city will be another level. For simplicity, I mentioned only with this data set contains only 2 levels, country, and either it can be state or city. It depends upon your data set. So I hope you understand about the hierarchies. This will be very useful for your analytics in terms of both usability, roll up, a higher level aggregation, because business doesn't want the data at the granular level. For the business people to take a decision, they need data at the higher level. Okay, granular, higher granular, either in the country level, in case of product category wise, or in case of customer, it can be a customer base, customer location. So those kind of analytics they want to have. In that time, you need to create your hierarchy. There are 2 advantages of it. It will be performant efficient. Once you create it, it will by default it can enable your role. What happens if I don't create an hierarchy, right? You can still have the same visual here. Let's say by default country and a state, if you drag and drop here, this will also create your hierarchy here. Let's say it will be the same, India and UAE, you see, country and state. So you no need to explicitly create an hierarchy. Power BI is designed in such a way like it will create your hierarchy for you right now. So what is the main difference once you create hierarchy explicitly it will be for larger models. When you have a larger models, the performance will be much more faster. So as soon as you create your hierarchy, the aggregations, everything will work much more faster. So if you have a larger models, creating a hierarchy makes more sense. Otherwise, you can keep using only with the default feature. You don't need to create explicit hierarchy. You can still drag and drop your columns in your accesses. That will be fair enough for you. But when you want a performant, efficient, best performing model, start creating your hierarchies. Let's stop this video in this. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and comment below for queries. Do remember that data is your asset.